In video 1 we created the basic shape for our car. What I'm now going to do, I'm going to load in that shape and then add the wheel arches by cutting semicircular grooves across the bottom of the car. So I click on the open icon in the top toolbar. I know that the shape I used, or the file I used, was called Basic Car Shape 3. So I click on that and then click on open. See, I had a preview of my car shape. I maximise the window and I'm ready to start. To do this I need to create a work plane and a sketch on the side of the car. To select the side of the car I need to click on the Select Faces icon in the right hand toolbar. I then move down onto that flat side of the car just inside the top, and you see there is now a highlight, a blue highlight all the way round that side. I left click, it is highlighted, and I can now create a new sketch. Right click, click on new sketch. I'm going to call that sketch Wheel Arches. You could call it Wheels. I can't even spell arches, and certainly you'll do better than me. I then click down in the Create the Work Plane. I'm going to call that Wheel Arches, spelled correctly this time, and I can click OK. If you remember, now I need to look onto that work plane, so I go down to the View selector and I click on the icon for View onto Work Plane. I want to draw circles to cut the mudguards, so I click on the circle tool and I make sure that I'm getting a little marker on the baseline of the car, so that's where the middle of the wheels will be. I create one circle at the front and one circle at the back. You'll notice they're showing me the size, and I can use that to make them both 70mm. You make yours what size you like. I've now got my two circles. The next thing I need to do is use those to cut through the bottom of the car. And the icon I select for this is the one in the bottom toolbar, which is called Project Profile. See, the cursor is just on that now. I click on that. To make it easier to see what I'm doing, I will get the trimetric view from the View options. I will get hold of the Project Profile window and I move that up the screen so I can see what I'm doing. There's a little green arrow, you'll notice, near one of the wheels. That shows me the way in which I'm going to cut it. It's rather like cutting with a pastry cutter. I'm going to push it through the shape and then cut a piece out. So I click on that. You'll notice now projection that has gone below work plane. I'm going backwards into the drawing. I want to take things away, so I'm going to subtract material. I'm going to take away the material in the bottom of the car. I'm going to go through the entire part. So I'm subtracting material, I'm below the work plane, I'm going through the entire part. I then click OK. And you'll see now if I hold down the middle mouse button on the wheel, I can see the shape that I've cut. Click outside my shape and I've got the wheel arches cut into the car. So I'm now going to save that shape. Just going to go to File. I can either save a copy, in which case I keep the original one, or just click on Save and I will have my original car shape overwritten with this drawing with the wheel arches. Click on Save and this video is completed. I suggest you now try to do that yourselves.